A lot of people think about when they're heading into that retirement phase, going and getting advice, and look, and I subscribe to that. One of the groups of people you're obviously you can access are financial planners. There's a number of things that you should think about. Firstly is, who it is you're going to see, what's the organisation they're with, what's the reputation, the cultural reputation of that organisation, and also then sit down with a planner. A lot of different organisations have on their website planners, their experience base, what their qualifications are, and also some of the better sites and some of the government sites have this as well. What are the reviews from other customers, and that's a really important thing. If you can find a planner with a number of reviews, almost like a TripAdvisor for planners, then that's one of the things you should be looking for. When you go and see a planner, then there's a whole bunch of questions that they're going to ask you. That might be about your risk profile and everything else to set a plan in place. But there's also some questions that you should ask them. And that's more around not only how you charge your fees, because they'll tell you that, and they'll pretty much tell you that up front, which is actually a really good place to be. Some people get offended by that, but I think it's a really good place to be because you know what the process is going to be if they're up front and say, this is how much it's going to cost you if we go forward. But when you've got that out of the way, I'd still be asking them, how often do you change insurances for customers? How do you get paid if my risk profile changes or my insurances change? What kind of products do you usually put customers in? Now, they will always say, well, it depends on the customer. But some planners keep in fairly strong parameters, and they don't go outside of those parameters to have really high risk products or set and forget products where they're going to sit back and not do a lot and an income stream comes in for them. So it's interesting to have a conversation with a planner to find out what they're like as well as what you're like. And the other thing that I would do is, what's important to me is when I'm talking to a planner is that they're not only talking to me, they're talking to my partner as well, and making sure that both of us are on that journey. It's not just one person, it's both of us on the journey. And I must admit, my planner spends a lot of time talking to my partner, even with me in the room, to be able to make sure that we're on the same track.